Good morning, viewers at home. This is Mathematics with Dr. OJ. In this video, we shall look at rationalizing denominators. Please don't forget to subscribe to my video channel by clicking the subscribe button below the video. Thanks and God bless. The process of changing an irrational surd to a rational one is called rationalization of surd. Okay? Surds that have root sign as their denominators are called irrational surds. So let's look at an example. A all over root b is an irrational surd because the denominator of this surd has a root sign that is not easy to get its exact value. You can't get its exact value, so it's called an irrational surd. So a all over b plus root c is also an irrational surd. So now to change the state of these two surds, we have to rationalize the denominator. Let's see. Now, the first one, a all over root b. Now, to rationalize it, we multiply by root b all over root b. That is, multiply it by the denominator. Okay? So now having root b all over root b is 1. So it's still in the same state of a all over root b. But because we want to change that root b sign as denominator, we have to place it on the both numerator and denominator. Okay, a times root b now got a root b all over root b times root b, that is root b squared. So that what a root b all over root b squared with what? That is root b squared like this, root b all squared. That what a root b all over b. So that is as the simple way of rationalizing the denominator of the irrational surd a all over root b. Now the same thing goes to the other irrational surd a all over b plus root c. So we rationalize the denominator by its conjugate, and the conjugate is b minus root c. In our last video lecture, we discussed conjugate surd. So to do this, we have a all over b plus root c minus multiply by b minus root c all over b minus root c. So in this case, we have a into b minus root c all over b plus root c multiplying b minus root c. So we can have a times b is ab, then a times minus root c, that's minus a root c all over. Now we use b to multiply both, b into b minus root c, then remaining plus root c here into b minus root c. I hope you understand. Okay. Yes. So what next? We expand the multiplication. So we are going to have ab minus a root c all over b times b is b squared. Now multiplying b by minus root c. Here we have 1. It's like writing minus 1 root c. So it's like you are multiplying only by b. Note b is just an integer without root sign. So it will only multiply the one outside. You have minus b root c, not minus root bc. No. You are multiplying b by 1 root c here. Okay? Now plus root c multiplied by this is going to what? Plus, because b is an integer, it doesn't have a root sign. So you are multiplying b by 1 here, that's plus b root c, then plus root c minus root c, that's minus root c all squared. Okay? So with that we have a b minus a root c all over b squared, then minus b root c plus, that's this, we cancel this because it's 0, then minus root c squared. Okay, so that will give you what? ab minus a root c all over b squared minus c. And that is that for that. Okay, that is that about that. Now let's look at examples. Let's look at examples. Okay, let's look at example. The example, rationalize the following. The first one we have 4 minus 8 root 2 all over 1 plus root 2, and the second one is 2 root 3 minus 3 root 7 all over 2 root 3 plus 3 root 7. Okay, now looking at these surds, we see that they are irrational surds. So we rationalize, for the first one, rationalize 4 minus 8 root 2 all over 1 plus root 2 by its conjugate. By its conjugate. And this conjugate is what? That is conjugate of by its the conjugate of its denominator. Okay? By the conjugate of its what? Denominator. And so what is the conjugate of its denominator? Let's look at that. So the conjugate is what? That is 1 minus root 2. That's the conjugate. We change the sign here. So therefore we have, that implies 4 minus 8 root 2 all over 1 plus root 2 multiplied by 1 minus root 2 all over 1 minus root 2. Okay, so we can pick it up like this: 4 into 1 minus root 2, then minus 8 root 2 into 1 minus root 2. So all over 1 into 1 minus root 2, then plus root 2 left behind there into 1 minus what? Root 2. Okay, so with this, you can do further, expansion. You can do further expansion. Now. That will be what? 4 times 1, 4. Then 4 times minus 1 root 2, that's minus 4 root 2. Then minus 8 times minus 8 root 2 times 1, that's minus 8 root 2. Then minus 8 root 2 times minus root 2, that's plus 8 root. And root 4 is what? Because root 2 times root 2 is what? Is 4. So times is root 4. Root 2 times root 2 is root 4. And root 4 is what? Is 2. Okay. So all over. Now 1 times 1, that's 1. 1 times minus root 2, that's minus root 2. Then plus root 2 times 1, that is plus root 2. Then plus root 2 times minus root 2, that's minus. Plus root 2 times minus root 2, that's minus root 4. And root 4 is what? 2. Okay, so we now have what? You collect like terms. 4, then minus 4 root 2 minus 8 root 2, that's minus 12 root 2. Then plus 16 all over 1 minus 2 root 2 minus root 2 plus root 2 cancelled, that's 0. Then 1 minus 2. So that will be what? 4 plus 16, that's 20, minus 12 root 2 all over minus 1. So you can multiply through by minus 1 so as to remove minus 1 from the denominator. So you have what? Minus 1 times 20, that's what? Minus 20. Minus 1 times minus 12 root 2, that's plus 12 root 2. So if you multiply minus 1 by minus 1, it's 1. So the answer is minus 20 plus 12 root 2. So now let's look at the second question. The second question, and that is what? Number 2. 2 root 3 minus 3 root 7 all over 2 root 3 plus 3 root 7. Just as we did in the first example, we do the same thing here. We multiply the denominator by its conjugate. So we now say 2 root 3 minus 3 root 7 all over 2 root 3 plus 3 root 7 multiplied by 2 root 3 minus 3 root 7 all over 2 root 3 minus 3 root 7. Okay, so now expand. You pick 2 root 3 is equal to 2 root 3 into the whole of this 2 root 3 minus 3 root 7. Then we have this one left, minus 3 root 7 into the whole of this 2 root 3 minus 3 root 7. So all over 2 root 3, you pick the whole of this 2 root 3 minus 3 root 7, then plus 3 root 7 that is left here. We multiply it again by 2 root 3 minus 3 root 7. So you have to take caution there so that you don't run into trouble. Okay, so that's the expansion will enable you, that method will enable you to get the correct answer. So you have to take it very, easy. All right, so 2 times 2, that's what? 4. Root 3 times root 3 is root 9. And what is root 9? 3. So you write times 3, because you are multiplying. Then plus times minus, minus. 2 times 3, 6. Root 3 times root 7, that's root 21. Okay. Then minus 3 times 2, that's minus 6. Root 7 times root 3, that is what? Root 21 again. Okay. Then minus 3 times minus 3, that's plus 9. Root 7 times root 7, that is root 49. So what is square root of 49? That is 7. Then everything all over. 2 times 2, that's 4. Multiplied by root 3 times root 3, that's root 9. And what is root 9? 3. Then 2 times minus 3, that's minus 6. Root 3 times root 7, that is root 21. Then plus 3 times 2, that is plus 6. Root 7 times root 3, that's root 21. Then plus 3 times minus 3, that's minus 9. Root 7 times root 7, that's root 49. And root 49 is 7. So we have what? 12, because what times 3 is 12. Minus 6 root 21 minus 6 root 21. That's minus 12 root 21. Okay. Then plus 9 times 7 is 63. All over 4 times 3, that's 12. Okay. Then minus 6 root 21 plus this will cancel. Then you have minus 63 left. So you now collect like terms. You have 12 plus 63, that's what? 75. Then minus 12 root 21 all over. Now 16 minus 43, that's what? Minus 51. That's minus 51. I hope you understand. That's minus 51. Okay, so now first multiply through, or you can simplify like this: 75 all over minus 51, then minus 12 root 21 all over minus 51. Okay, so you can think of what goes. If nothing goes, you leave it like that. Okay, but make sure you remove minus sign from the denominator. So something can go here. I think 3 will go in 51. That is that's what? That's 17. Okay, 3 will go in the 25 and 75. That's 25. Okay, 3 here 25, 3 here 17. So we are going to have what? Minus 25 over 17. The minus times minus is plus. Now 3 can go in 12. That's 4. 3 here 17. It's plus 4 all over 17 root 21. So the answer is minus 25 root 17 plus 4 all over 17 root 21. That is that for that. So kindly subscribe to my video channel by clicking the subscribe button below the video. Thanks for watching.